Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I'm grateful to be here today to announce the expansion of the Road Home program. This program, run by our colleagues at the Chicago Cook Workforce Partnership, is being supported to benefit our justice system-involved residents returning home from incarceration in suburban Cook County. Before I get started, I'd like to thank our partners. David Evers is here representing Cook County Commissioner Deer. We have Chairman John Daley, Vice Chairman Bill Lowry, Sochi Flores, our Bureau Chief of Economic Development, Patrick Combs, who is interim CEO of the partnership, and Nick Crayton, who's a returning resident, Gia Davis, who's an employer partner. We'll be joined, hopefully, by Avik, our Justice Advisory Council Executive Director, and by Commissioner Gordon. Did I miss anybody? Got everybody. Okay, good. You'll be hearing from Gia and Nick, an employer and employee, who've been generous enough to share their stories with us. And thank you all for being here and your efforts getting this expansion off the ground. Today we're proud to announce the expansion of the Road Home program. The program provides navigation, career coaching, training, support services, thank you, support services and paid work experience to members of the reentry community throughout Cook County. Previously available to residents in the city of Chicago, the county is investing almost $500,000, $450,000, in federal funds provided by the American Rescue Plan Act to expand the Road Home program to our suburbs. We're committed to this work because we know the need is great. Data shows that nearly 2 million people in this country are in prison or jails, and approximately 76,000 of them are in Illinois. You know, in this country we have 5% of the world's population and 25% of the world's prison population. And I always say, you know, unless you believe Americans are more likely to be criminals than people elsewhere in the world, we're doing something terribly wrong. We also know there are many challenges associated with reentry, and the risk of recidivism is significant. That risk is amplified when returning residents are not supported or when there's a lack of opportunities for income and success. Losing residents to recidivism is a missed opportunity and impacts the individual, their families, and the community overall. That's why we support this good work. If we are to expect our previously incarcerated residents to re-enter society, support themselves, and contribute to families and communities, we need to address the barriers that they face and offer support as they seek opportunities, navigate challenges, and work toward their goals. Since 2017, we've celebrated the month of April as Second Chance Month to highlight policies and programs aimed at supporting the reentry community. This week, a resolution proposed by Commissioner Dennis Deer will be introduced to the Board of Commissioners, designating April as Second Chance Month in Cook County. We look forward to its successful passage. Thanks again to leaders in the Bureau of Economic Development, the Partnership, our Justice Advisory Council for their good work. This is just the beginning, and we know that you can count on Cook County to be your partner in the work ahead. Now, I'd like to ask Chairman Daley to come forward, and if everyone would introduce the person who is to follow them, that would help us a lot. So, Chairman.
Thank you, Madam President. It is indeed a great honor for me to join you and the Second Chance program. I was doing some research. My brother, Rich, was instrumental in starting the program in the city. This affects individuals who need an opportunity as they re-enter society. We owe it to them. They serve their time, and we must help them in order to become more productive citizens. So I'm happy to join you. Hopefully it will be expanded, and it's my honor to introduce to you Bill Lowry, the Vice Chair of Finance.
Thank you. Thank you, Chairman. It's good to see all of you this morning. I am Bill Lowry. I'm Cook County Commissioner of the 3rd District. April is Second Chance Month, and today we applaud the impactful work of JAC, the Chicago Cook Workforce Partnership's Road Home program, which cloaks our returning citizens with job opportunities and other wraparound services. About a month ago, I went to Cook County Jail with the Cook County Public Defender Sharon Mitchell, and I went to listen. As how may we discuss violence prevention without including in that conversation individuals who have been accused of violent crimes? During the time I was at Cook County Jail, I met with about 30 individuals who were being detained, and it reiterated what I already knew. Those individuals are us. They're you, and they're me. But they're us without some of the opportunities that we were fortunate enough to have. Thus, the import of the Chicago Cook Workforce Partnerships Road Home Program cannot be overstated. Our returning citizens, they need jobs, they need housing, and they need transportation. We can resource this, thereby reducing the 3-year recidivism rate, which exceeds 50%. While we go forward, not just recognizing this month, let's do this work year-round as we breathe life into second chances for everyone in Cook County. Thank you. It is now my pleasure to bring up David Evers.
Thank you, Commissioner, and thank you, President Preckwinkle, for this opportunity. My name is David Evers, representing Cook County Commissioner Dennis Deer, and this is an awesome time. Commissioner Deer has been instrumental in the Second Chance Act. He was an architect of the original Second Chance Act some years ago when he worked with Congressman Danny Davis, and this has been something that was near and dear to him. The Second County District has some of the most underserved communities around the county, including North Lawndale and Englewood, and over about 70% of those returning from IDOC return to those neighborhoods. And it's important that programs like this continue to serve those individuals, not just in the city of Chicago, but around Cook County. So I'm thankful for President Preckwinkle and the organizations that helped put this program together, because everyone needs a second chance. Everyone in here is here because of a second chance. And so it's important that we continue programs like this. Thank you. And next is, I believe, Gia Davis? Patrick. Forgive me, Patrick.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
First, I would like to thank the President Preckwinkle's office and all of the Cook County Commission for understanding how important the road home is and the work of helping our returning residents get back connected to work, as well as the great partners at the Bureau of Economic Development and Bureau Chief Sochi Flores and Avik Das at JAC for their continued support. So as everyone's mentioned, April is Second Chance Month, and April is the time where we look at a pool of talent that oftentimes gets overlooked, but we know that is a great source of talent for our employers. So at the partnership, we operate the federal workforce system here in Chicago and Cook County. We serve thousands of people a year, and about 10% of those are returning residents. So we know that the need is great. And in fact, the partnership is actually, we're a second chance employer ourselves, because we know how important this pool of talent is and how they can be a game changer for your organization. And some of the best people we have at our organization are some of our second chance hires. So as mentioned, we are happy to be expanding the Road Home initiative. It started as people that were currently incarcerated, and through the support of the county, we were able to expand it now to people who have already come home but are still facing high barriers to employment. So for information, I will make sure to get this out there, Road Home at shycookworks.org, or just go to shycookworks.org/theroadhome to find out information about this great initiative. And I could also make sure to mention our partners in this, Phalanx Family Services and the Safer Foundation, that provide the resources for people once they come out of incarceration who are already home. And with that, I would love to introduce you to another second chance employer who understands how great this talent is. And so, Gia Davis.
Thank you to everyone for having me here. My name is Gia Davis, and I am a proud second chance employer. I'm the owner of several small businesses that employ returning residents through the Road Home program. I'm happy to be here today with you to discuss the actual program and the opportunities for employment that it holds. Poverty and incarceration have a direct correlation to each other. In order to help solve these problems, we must attack them at the root cause, which is the lack of employment and the absence of financial stability. This is why I believe in empowerment through employment. By giving returning residents employment that can potentially lead to career opportunities, a second chance employer is directly contributing to the redirection of a person's past and the growth for their future. Gainful employment is a critical step in the process of being successful post-incarceration, and I applaud the work of Cook County and the partnership in doing what they do to help men and women who come home get the support that they need. No one should be denied the opportunity to earn the money that they need to feed and shelter themselves or to rebirth themselves from their past mistakes. Everyone deserves a second chance, and for some returning residents, their second chance is actually their first. A lot of us have lived lives that may not have been perfect, but fortunately for most of us, we have not had to deal with our imperfections through incarceration. So I give back because if the shoe was on the other foot, I would want someone to give back to me. I would want someone to see me beyond my faults, my shortcomings, and my bad choices, and I would want people to see me as a human being deserving of being treated humanely. I'm honored to be taking part in Second Chance Month, and I'm hoping that the information provided throughout this month to employers will bring a level of awareness that will open job opportunities everywhere. Thank you.
All right, thank you. You better introduce yourself. Oh, I'm sorry.
Good morning. My name is Nick Crayton. Please bear with me. I'm proud to be here today to mark Second Chance Month and to speak about the Cook County workforce, the Partnership Road Home program, and some of the challenges that I faced returning home. I was incarcerated for 2 decades, and during my sentence, I earned several degrees, including my master's. I spent the last 2 years of my 24-year sentence at the Kewanee Life Skills Reentry Center under the leadership of Wardens James Carruthers and Chance Jones, which helps people transition from prison to home. In preparation and upon my release, I had unexpected anxieties, which included adapting to the speed of life, maintaining a Google account, and managing my credit card accounts, which were all quite dizzying to me. The Road Home and the partnership staff, such as Michael Cannon, Ricky Hamilton, and specifically Phalanx Family Services, helped to bring balance to my day-to-day life. The IDOC's goal is to rehabilitate us, which means to restore to a normal or constructive level of activity. So, what more must we do as returning residents to show that we actually want to contribute to society in a productive and restorative way? I overcame many of my personal challenges within the first 6 months, such as finding a place to live, acquiring my driver's license, and rebuilding relationships within my community. I have also been advocating much of my time for the not-for-profit and reentry and mentoring services, trying to establish a brand and hosting safe spaces. All of these internal obstacles that I discussed, I was able to address. But there are still external obstacles that impede my success. This made me raise the question, what must returning residents do to prove that investing in us is of great benefit to everyone? Excuse me. The city of Kewanee took extra effort to have a vote which allowed me to work inside their city while I was still incarcerated. That was a level of trust and belief that I could not understand at that time. I applied for a similar job here in Chicago and was denied due to my background. I am not allowed to work near the living nor the dead. So where is my place in this society? And how am I supposed to feel about that? Please note that returning residents believe in public safety because we were once part of the depravity that is spread within our cities. We understand the importance of creating environments that are healthy because geography, class, nor color restricts crime. That is why I am truly grateful to the program that guided me when I came home, because with this partnership, reinvestment creates real community, and that community is my family. Thank you. Avik Davis.
There we go. Well done. Well done.
Thank you. That's wonderful.
All right. Well, thank you, Mr. Crayton, for sharing your incredible insight and speaking to your experience transitioning from incarceration. We must find that place. Thank you. Thank you, President Preckwinkle, Commissioners, Interim Director Combs, and Ms. Davis. for joining together in celebration of the expansion of the partnership's Road Home program and engaging in discussion on this critical topic of reentry. The Cook County Justice Advisory Council, or JAC, is charged with the mission of promoting equitable, human-centered, community-driven justice system innovation and practice through rigorous stakeholder engagement, policy work, service coordination, and grant making, increasing community safety, and reducing reliance on incarceration. Our work and investments focus on two interrelated areas: violence prevention and reentry. Intentional engagement and investment in both these areas has incredible impacts for people, but also for whole neighborhoods and communities. They become safer, stronger every time someone gets the support they need, the support they deserve. And so, as Executive Director of the Justice Advisory Council, Avik, I'm grateful to join all those here and on the road home to be able to recognize Second Chance Month. We think about how those who have paid their debt to society deserve a viable second chance. But beyond the reality, those second chances are fair and right. I want to emphasize that it is smart and critical to invest in our returning residents. Returning residents, the formerly incarcerated, have the potential to be critical public safety assets. When we invest in their success, they can become entrepreneurs, mentors, leaders, and change makers, working to break cycles of crime, violence, and incarceration in their own communities. As others have stated, Second Chance Month is an opportunity to take an honest look at the landscape and the challenges associated with reentry, including barriers to safe and stable housing and employment, mental and physical health, and more. During Second Chance Month, we also explore the meaningful supports and opportunities that can, like we heard, change the narrative of reentry, addressing barriers, opening doors for returning residents to excel, achieving their goals, becoming leaders in their communities. So this is why the Road Home program is so meaningful. We need more programs like this that connect returning residents to opportunities and support. We also need more amazing leaders like Gia Davis, stepping up, thank you, hear, hear, stepping up from our business community to join in the collective work of making our communities safer for all. So looking forward, the JAC will be supporting a continued focus on reentry and services for returning residents in Cook County. This summer, in partnership with the Housing Authority of Cook County, we will be launching a $23 million American Rescue Plan Act funded initiative that provides rental assistance and supportive services to residents returning to Cook County from the Illinois Department of Corrections. The JAC is also announcing a new role, a reentry services manager, who will lead a team focused on developing reentry policies and programs that are both evidence-informed and community-affirmed. We are excited for this growth to be able to increase and sustain our impact in supporting successful transitions from incarceration in Cook County. So this Second Chance Month, we have seen national leaders, researchers, advocates, as well as leaders of our state, city, and county reaffirm their commitments to promoting successful reentry. And so I'm very proud, and I hope that you will continue to join me in pride and gratitude that we are a nation and a county of second chances, and that we are stronger and safer for it. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, thank you.
All right, Nick?
All right, any questions in the room? Now we have a couple remote questions. Patrick, how many people do we hope to help with this expansion?
We hope to help up to 500 people per year through our current Road Home program and the expansion combined.
Thank you. So a couple of areas of emphasis. We're building out the Road Home with other work. So we are trying to build out the Justice Advisory Council's own staff focused on reentry, those services coordinating that work across the state, across the region. But also we want to be able to highlight that there's a basic need for stability in the lives of people returning home, housing. So we want to be able to provide rental assistance And we also want to be able to provide that level of stability and care, wrapping up the person with the kind of support they need to be able to enter a workforce, enter educational trajectory, that kind of thing.